What is up, YouTube? What is up, Christiantology fam? We're gonna be reacting to why hot girls in Richmond stay single. Shorty got some nice teeth, though. She has nice skin too. Yeah, let's get to it.
Do you think hot girls are more crazy in your experience as
I've been
well?
around quite a few hot girls, but
Yeah.
some of them can be very balanced. But give me your treatise on hot girls being crazy.
Here's what it is with very attractive women. They don't get an insight into the average man and how average men behave. They get an insight into men that are incredibly intimidated by their beauty or incredibly lustful after their beauty. So they see men either kind of ignore them. So the quiet good guys either just kind of intimidated by them, but the loud, gregarious, kind of adulterous men are after them. So they'll see guys that will leave their wives to be with you. They'll see guys that will drop everything to kind of, even if their girlfriend's in the same room, they'll quickly seek you their number. They'll see guys that will risk their jobs, if they're your boss, to be with you. So they see men as these huge risk takers that will do anything to have sex with you. So what ends up happening is she loses her naivety about a man. She no longer thinks men are faithful. She's seen so many men break up whatever they have just to be with you and just to access you. She's seen so many men who break their back just to touch you. So what happens is when her husband now says to her, there's a new colleague at work, her brain is like, well, every colleague at my work has always hit on me. Are you hitting on this girl? Or if her husband says, I'm just going to the gym, she's like, well, whenever I go to the gym, somebody hits on me. What are you doing? So they end up being suspicious because they are privy to men at their worst when they're sexually attracted to a woman. They don't have that naivety that a more plain woman would have, where she could walk past a guy in a bikini and he doesn't harass her. She knows if she walks past a guy in a bikini, he drops everything. So she sees men as more dangerous than they are, and therefore she thinks her partner is more sexual than he might be. And as a result, she tends to be more intense and crazy and less naive, but not necessarily more accusatory, I would say.
Yeah, because she uses her experience about the world to predict what everybody else's experience is about the world.
And in her defense, beautiful women are also, it takes a certain level of confidence and a certain level of no fear of rejection to access a beautiful girl. So her pool of men tend to be the men that are more likely to be unfaithful.
Wow, that's interesting. So very attractive women are a selection effect for the kinds of experiences that they have in life, the kinds of interactions that they have with other women and other men. So presumably they'll often see other women as threats.
Well, they've experienced other women seeing them as threats, and they've seen the competitive nature of women, and they've seen women. Because here's the thing with beautiful women: if you walk into a room with a really beautiful woman, all the other beautiful women will now start looking at you, thinking, well, there must be something about. I'm sure they look at you anyway, but they would pay more attention because there must be something about Chris because she's unbelievable. So what ends up happening is beautiful women start to see how disrespectful other women can be. They're looking at your man. They're competing with you because to get a beautiful woman's man makes the other woman feel more attractive. If you walk in with an absolutely 12 out of 10 and then you give me attention, I now think I'm prettier than her. So therefore, I want your attention more than the guy that's with the girl that's not that attractive. So we see this competitive nature of women. We see that we can put women can put men on the mat, and they see that men are very soft and they give in to beauty quite quickly and easily. So they lead to a trust issue that is harder to kind of overcome.
So interesting.
Yeah, the psychology of it.
I gotta say something. She's a pretty woman, man. She's pretty. She is definitely pretty. Definitely pretty. Is she married though? I don't know.
An attractive woman is one
She keep hiding her fingers, so I can't really see it. But
that is very different to a psychology of a less attractive woman. They're two different species.
Yeah. So you have women seeing other women primarily as enemies. They're often going to be frosty to them.
Yeah.
They're also kind of hyper aware of the power that they can bestow on the partner that they're with, which probably makes them a little bit tentative about giving that man that power, because if they pre-select that particular type of man,
you're putting him on the map.
Yep. And then you also said that these women, being super attractive, selects for a very specific type of guy that is sufficiently confident to go up and speak to you, or men will make ridiculous and wild U-turns in their life in an attempt to get to you, which also gives you a pretty unrepresentative.
Yo, I'm loving this outfit from Stitch Fix.
This look is definitely going to elevate
experience.
Sorry, I do not have YouTube Premium. I don't think I'm ever going to get YouTube Premium unless I'm like super rich. But yeah, let's get to it.
experience of what most men are like.
Yeah, and then when the looks start to fade, it's a harder transition for them. When the looks start to fade from a woman who is quite plain, she sees it as life. When the looks start to fade with an attractive woman, she sees it as disastrous because a lot of the power has gone. So they might, not always, but they might respond to it with a lot more insecurity, especially after children. But if she has good values, she recognizes that.
It's been a long video, man. That's it for me. Thank y'all for watching. Hopefully I enjoyed that little reaction. I don't really have much to say about it, but you know, it is what it is. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all check my old videos out. Peace.